So starting from the bottom, I'll do my relegation zone.
Alright.
I have Sheffield United bottom. I've got Luton in 19th, and 18th I have Nottingham Forest.
Ooh. It's a bit low for Forest. No? Explain.
Nah, well, Forest aren't very good.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
To be fair, I've got Forest low as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have as well. My 20th, I've gone Luton Town because I just don't think they'll have the firepower to hang with us big boys in the Premier League. 19th,
answer putting Luton 20th.
It's the right answer.
Put them 19th like a real man.
It's the right answer, though, isn't it? 19th, I've gone Everton because I want them out of the league. And I feel like this is the first time I'm going to ever use manifestation in my life, and I'm using it on Everton. So yeah, I feel like they've been on. It's come down to the last 2 years in a row, for them to just about squeeze safety. So I want a third time so they've got fireworks out and around on the pitch, and then they lose and go down. It would be perfect. Perfect way to end the season for me. And 18th, I have Sheffield. Again, another recently promoted club, another northern club. And I think they're going back down.
Fair enough. Bottom, I've got Luton. Similarly, I'd love to see them stay up. I would, but I just can't.
I hope they do.
I really hope they do as well, but I just can't see it happening. 19th, I've got Forest because they just scraped by last year, and I don't think they're going to do it again. To be fair, Forest are another team I would like to see up because Forest are a good team.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
They're like a good club even. But I can't see it happening. And then 18th, I've got Everton because I'd just love to see Everton go down.
Yeah.
Same reason.
How have you both got Everton
injected?
Because they've just been
dreadful.
They've just been tickling relegation for like 3 seasons. It's about time they just went where they're meant to be.
With Dyche, I think the defence will be too solid.
Where they're meant to be.
that sounded harsh. That sounded harsh. That's not what I meant, but
so have you got Sheffield United staying up?
I've got them 17th.
Wow.
I've got them 17th. I reckon they'll just scrape past.
I'd be surprised if they survived.
To be honest, I do reckon Everton and Sheffield will be one or the other, but I would like to see it be Everton for a change.
Yeah.
I like seeing newly promoted teams stay up as well. Like I like seeing that happen.
Unless it's Leeds. Yeah, of course. So, you started your 17th, so you might as well do your 17 to 11.
Oh yeah, fair enough. So I've got Sheffield 17th, Wolves 16th, Palace 15th, Burnley 14th, because I reckon Burnley are going to do sound even though they've just come up.
Yeah, I do.
And Bournemouth 13th. Because again, I reckon Bournemouth are going to do alright this year. I don't know why, I've just got a good feeling. And I like Bournemouth as well. I don't know if that's like an Eddie Howe connection or something, but I don't mind Bournemouth.
What about 12th and 11th?
Oh, we're doing full bottom half. 12th, I've got West Ham. And 11th, I've got Brentford. I reckon Brentford will just miss out on the top 10. Mainly because they haven't got Tony, who got them so many points last season.
I think they'll be alright,
I think they'll be fine, but I don't think they'll do as well as they did last season just because they haven't got Tony. Because he was unreal for them.
Yeah,
no doubt it was unreal. Like, he was a massive difference maker for them, and I don't think they'll... I'd like to see them do alright, because I don't mind Brentford even, to be fair.
I genuinely think Ivan Toney is one of the best strikers in the world.
He's class. He's absolutely class. Yeah,
I thought there was going to be more pushback on that, but
I know we used to have him, but I've never minded Tony May. I think he's a class player.
Yeah.
I'd have him back in a heartbeat.
That statement you've said is fine, but the statement you said to me a couple of months ago that you'd have Ivan Toney over Harry Kane or something like that.
That's the Arsenal fan in him speaking. That's not the fucking football fan in him speaking.
I said that at Arsenal, Ivan Toney makes more sense than Harry Kane.
No, you said you'd prefer.
At any club, Harry Kane makes more sense over anyone.
Harry Kane's an unbelievable player, but Ivan Toney suits the Arsenal system better.
Nah, I don't care what
He's
system you play, Harry Kane will just be unreal.
World class.
You're offered a red pill and a blue pill. Red's Harry Kane, blue's Ivan Toney. Who are you taking?
At Arsenal, I take Ivan Toney.
Who are you taking?
Shut up, man.
Leave out the
No
brief.
chance.
Who are you taking? Red pill,
No
blue pill.
chance.
I take
Not a
Ivan
chance.
Toney.
Nah, that's the stupidest thing you've ever said, mate.
Yeah, that's the Tom Garrett takes in the first episode. Cool.
If you were offered any striker in the world to take at this moment in time, anyone would take Harry Kane.
No, he takes Fulham and Balogun.
No, Harry Kane is sensational. He scored bags of goals.
So
But I just think
why would you take anyone
he's a
else over him?
He's a Spurs player.
for the fluidity of our system, Tony links up with the other players better than I think Kane would.
Nah, no chance.
We don't want Kane like dropping into our own half and like trying to spray long balls.
Kane
Yeah, but he only does that because
25
Spurs
goals
are
a
terrible. He wouldn't have to do that if he
Yeah,
had good players
I was
around
gonna
him. He didn't used to do that. He's just had to do it the last couple of seasons because Spurs have just been going boom.
I'm just going to start reading out the rest of my table to move on from this.
Yeah,
Go on then.
go for it. In your own time.
17th onwards.
Right.
Well, to 10th, obviously. Well, 11th. Stop at 10.
Yeah, 17th I've got Wolves. 16th West Ham. 15th I've got Fulham because they're losing Mitrovic. 14th I've got Everton. Way higher than used to.
No
But I
chance of
just
finishing
think-
that high.
With a Dyche defence and Pickford in goal, I just think that's enough to get enough points to be clear of relegation.
You're losing 4 points on fantasy there. I'm
Pickford,
not gonna
mate.
lie.
Pickford's awful.
He's
Only
not
'cause he's a Mackham.
Nah, God.
13th is Palace. I feel like that's where they finish every season ever. 12th, I've got Burnley. Might be a little bit ambitious, but I have faith in Vinny. And 11th, Bournemouth, because like you said, I just think they'll have a really good season.
Yeah, I reckon Bournemouth are going to do well.
Got a progressive new manager and some good new signings, like Clivert.
Yeah, that's
Clivert
an
to
unreal
Bournemouth.
signing. Unreal signing. that.
Crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely unreal. Go on, Tom, what you got?
All right, I'll do mine. So 17th, along with Kieran, I've also got Wolves. I just feel like they seem to be slipping year on year.
They've
And they
lost
don't
so many players.
They don't seem to
Yeah.
be doing much about it. Lost Neves. They've just lost Raul Jimenez to Fulham. Not massive, but it's still
Nah, it's two
starting
big
players that you're
players,
losing.
though, yeah. It's two big players.
Coutinho's gone. Traore is
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coutinho as well,
yeah,
yeah.
and Collins has gone.
Traore gone.
Yeah, contract
Where's he
expired,
gone?
I think.
Oh, gold. Right, so yeah, 17th, Wolves. 16th, I've got Forest. Again, they're not going to be quite relegation fodder, I don't think, but they'll be in and around the fight. 15th, I've got West Ham, the only club in the league yet to still make a signing, even though Kieran's just floated them with money. Not personally, but...
Yeah, when are they going to
14th.
spend that money? Like, they're running out of time.
I'm mistaken. Conor Gallagher, he's going. 50 million, please. 14th, I've got Brentford. Again, going back to Tony. He's a big game player. You've got players like Johan Wieser, who kind of set the league on fire for a couple of games last season, but I don't think it's
For like a full
consistent
season,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Tony's back in February or something like that. He's able to start
How long
training
was it
from
overall? Was it 8 months?
something like that.
9
yeah,
months. 8, 9 months. I can't
Um,
remember exactly how much it was, how long it was.
I think he's able to start training in October or
Wait, so,
November.
wait,
but
he's
he
not
can't.
even allowed to train for a period of time.
No, he's not allowed to train until the end of the year.
Activity.
Yeah. Can't even
He's
watch
been
it.
completely removed from FIFA and everything, man.
Has he?
Yeah, he doesn't exist in the game anymore.
That's
God, that's a winter
mad.
wild card update. If I've ever heard
I knew
of
we
one.
couldn't play, but I didn't know it was mate, I didn't keep up with that really, did I?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was
the end
like
of the year.
no training. That's nuts. That's
I
absolutely
feel
nuts.
really bad for him as well. I mean, his team are literally sponsored by a betting company.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
13th, I've gone Bournemouth. Have I said Bournemouth? No, I said Forest before, didn't I? I've swapped those two round. Sorry. 13th, I've gone Bournemouth. Again, not an exciting new team, but I feel like there's a real kind of new style of play that they're going to be bringing to the league. Than they've played last year. 12th, I've gone Palace. Again, not really strengthened enough after losing players like Zaha. And 11th, I've gone Burnley. I think they're going to do really well in the first season back. And kind of seen a lot of progression in the Championship last season. And I reckon they'll be able to carry that forward. I might as well continue while I'm going.
Go on.
Might as well. 10th, I've got Fulham.
Same.
Losing Mitrovic isn't ideal. And it looks like João Palhinha has got an injury from playing in pre-season, which isn't ideal for them, considering he was one of the best players.
It's huge. Absolutely huge.
9th, I've got Villa. Probably a bit low, but...
Yeah, I reckon Villa will do better than that.
We'll see. I just don't like Unai Emery.
I'm not the biggest Villa fan, but
no,
they've just got such a good team and a good manager. I think they're gonna do class.
I feel like they've put a lot on Coutinho to try and perform, but players like Moussa Diarra coming in, it's going to go one of two ways. You can either set the league on fire or...
He scored in both his pre-season games, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the second one, the keeper should have saved the second one, I think.
Torres as well.
The first one was class, though. I think the second one, the keeper should have saved it, but the first one was class. It was a good goal.
I forgot as well, last season they signed Diego Carlos. He was injured all season.
Oh, God, yeah, they did. I forgot about that as well. Yeah, he'll be back, yeah.
Pairing of Pau Torres and Diego Carlos.
Yeah, that'll be solid. That'll be proper solid.
Yeah, I shouldn't have Villa 9th there, but it's in now. 8th, I've got Brighton. I hate the club.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Brighton are sound. I like Brighton.
Everything Chelsea have gone through these last few months with Caicedo and Deserby, Levi Colwill. Thank God he signed a new contract today.
Well, hold on. They gave you Graham Potter and Marco Cucurella.
Yeah, very true.
They fleeced us. We gave them Tarek Lamptey and Billy Gilmore. And this is the thanks we get. Asking for 120 million for Moises Caicedo. Ridiculous.
Has Lamptey done much since he went to Brighton?
No,
he always looked. He looked
a big injury.
Yeah,
right, fair
he got
enough.
injured.
I was going to say because he looked class before he did. He looked unreal. But then I can't remember him actually doing much when he was there.
8th for Brighton. I feel like they've done too well this season. I know Kieran shags Deserby, but I feel like his time's going to come when he starts dropping out. They've lost a lot of key players, and hopefully more if we can take Caicedo. I think McAllister was a big option for them last season.
It doesn't matter. It never matters to Brighton. They just
they'll just find someone else.
Sell the best players and then just find the best little players out of the middle of nowhere every time. It's unreal.
I think I remember seeing some of Julio and Cecil might be off somewhere, whether it's on loan or a permanent transfer. But I feel like he'll be a big miss.
Yeah, but then they'll just find someone else.
They'll just find another Colombian or Ecuadorian cam. Score another screamer against us. It's fine.
Matoma, they've just signed João Pedro. Buena not here if they keep Cecil.
Yeah.
A young lad played for them in a pre-season game the other day called Adingra, who I've never heard of.
He
got 2, didn't he?
Yeah. So class. So annoying. But yeah, so 8th for Brighton because I just don't like them. 7th for Newcastle. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like it completely depends on how your Champions League goes. I feel like if you get through your group, you could be further down the list. But I don't see Newcastle getting through
than 7th.
Yeah, because I feel like if you get having consistent European football kind of throughout the winter dates, I feel like it's really going to hamper you. And I just think you've had your one kind of stellar season, and I think you might just be brought down to earth a little bit this season. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Mate, even we knew we were better than we should have been last season.
Yeah,
we don't need brought down to earth, mate. We were shocked we finished 4th more than anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't see you repeating it. I feel like the occasion's going to be too big.
To be fair,
some of the players might shrink.
7th wouldn't be terrible with the Champions League, but I'd be happy if we got top 6. But 7th wouldn't be the end of the world since we're in the Champions League.
The 10th, I've got Brentford. I think they'll still have quite a good season, even without Tony for most of it. Players like Brian and Burnwell, I think, will step up. 9th, I've got Newcastle.
Fuck off. Nah. Shut up, man. What are you talking about? Yous are both on a different planet right now. 9th. 9th. Mate.
Oh, God. Kieran doesn't want to win this league.
I'm changing mine now. I'm moving mine now. Arsenal are going to fucking 13th.
No, you can't change it.
Oh,
9th. Nah, not a chance, mate. Nah.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to think that. I just do.
Nah, we're falling out, mate. Outside of this, that's not on. 9th.
I don't know.
Shut up. I don't care. Move on. Shut up.
No, I have to justify this before.
No, you don't. There is no justification. Just move on. Be wrong and move on. No, come on. What you got to say? Go on.
You definitely reached heights that you probably shouldn't have last season.
Yeah, of course we do.
And
even we know that.
Yeah,
but
I know
9th.
you do. I think this season might be a bit of a reality check. I don't think
9th. No
9th
chance. No chance.
I don't think the squad's got the quality to really compete with a lot of the big teams this season.
Even what kids were playing unreal against Chelsea and Brighton in pre-season.
You didn't beat us, though.
We beat Brighton. We drew against yous.
No, you didn't beat us. What?
You got battered off Brighton as well. You got 2 Lukey there.
Yeah, we had our kids playing.
No, we didn't. We got 2 class goals from like a 20-year-old kid.
Elliot Anderson is great.
Anderson is unreal. He's going to be up there for my young player of the year if he gets more game time, I reckon.
Ashby was just out of position. Let's be honest.
Harrison Ashby was class in the first half, and then he messed up against Matoma in the second half, but he was class in the first half.
Right, then 8th, I've got Tottenham.
Mate, there's no way Spurs are finishing above us. Not a chance in hell. No chance.
I think I would swap those positions if they'd definitely lost Kane already.
Yeah.
Mate, even Kane can't save them anymore. I don't mind Spurs. I've never minded Spurs, but they're on a downhill spiral at the minute.
I mean, Madison's a good sign. They're looking at getting some centre backs in, which they desperately need. They've replaced Hugo Lloris, which was long overdue.
I kind of want to change my picks because I completely forgot Kane is going.
Wait, is he actually going yet? I was going to say it's not definite yet.
As I've recorded, yeah. I think Tottenham officials met with Dan Levy today. Kane seems to be pushing for it kind of harder than he has for Man United in the last couple of seasons, but I think he's had enough.
To go to who? To Bayern.
Yeah. I feel like Tottenham are going to be a lot more inclined to sell to outside of
than they would
England.
To anyone in England. Yeah, 100%.
I'd happily swap Tottenham and Newcastle when Kane is sold, but until he is, I just always think he's going to stay because he always does.
Yeah.
And then 7th, I've got Brighton.
I'd like to see Brighton finish 7th. I wouldn't be against that.
I would. We can do one.
I mean, to be honest, it's lower than they
Brighton
finished
got
last
Europe,
season,
didn't they?
They've got Europa League.
They got 7th, didn't they? Yeah.
And it was
struggle.
Wait, they got 6th. Brighton got 6th.
Yeah. 6th.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it not Villa 6th and Brighton 7th? Was it the other way around?
Villa got 7th.
Oh my god, that's unreal. Mate, I thought it was the other way around. That's class.
No.
We were in our own little world last season in the top 4, man. we were just in our own little world, completely oblivious to everything else.
Good times for all the teams in here in the top 4.
Yeah, we're winning it all next season. Well, that's it all.
You're not even in it all, mate. Well, I've got Fulham 10th because I reckon without Mitrovic they're going to struggle a bit. I've got Spurs 9th.
I think that's still quite high, to be honest. But...
No, I still think they'll do well because they've got other good players and they did class last season. Spurs I've got 9th. But I reckon if they do keep hold of Kane, they could probably get like 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
I've got Brighton 8th. Ooh. And I've got Chelsea 7th. But I'd love to see that the other way around as well. I'd love to see Brighton get Europe again.
This time, a couple of weeks ago, I'd have been inclined to agree with you there, but we look unreal.
Mate, you've had 2
Poch
pre-season games, 3
Poch-
pre-season games. You can't judge a
Poch
whole
is
season off that.
Podge has already won a trophy.
Mate, it's hard. It's
He
hardly
is the Messiah.
Have you even? Did you even see the player celebration? That lifted the trophy once and just stood there like this.
Yeah, it's a shit cup, but silverware, baby.
Mate, you can't count it because that means Spurs have won a trophy.
I was going to say
well,
that means Spurs have won a trophy because they got the Audi Cup a couple of years ago, and then whatever the pre-season one was this year. They did not count.
Did we win the Tiger Cup?
The Tiger Cup, that was it, yeah.
To be fair, I'm saying they don't count, but if we won it, I would have been being such a dick about it. But
I'm the only champion here.
Our fixtures in that tournament was stupid.
Yeah, you had one game after another.
Yeah,
for a couple
like
of days,
2 days between them. We had to split our team in 2 for each match so that we didn't kill players in pre-season.
I want to swap my 6th and 7th. So originally I had Newcastle 7th and I had Tottenham 6th, but I'm swapping them around because I do believe Kane will go.
Yeah.
So I will keep Newcastle 6th.
Yeah, you do that.
I'm also changing this. I'm going Man United 5th.
Alright.
And Chelsea 4th.
Wait, who you got 6th? Oh, Newcastle. You did just say that. I'm being stupid.
Newcastle, yeah. Before pre-season, I was just happy with Chelsea getting any form of Europe, but we're playing really well. Shut up, Kieran.
You can't judge your entire season off a couple of pre-season matches.
There's no way Chelsea finished above Man United.
We're leaps and bounds above where we have been playing the last season. I just think it's going to click together.
Yeah. We haven't 12th last season.
We haven't got. Shut up.
It's not hard to do better, mate.
We haven't got Europe to worry about. We had one of the best defenses.
That is true.
We had one of the best defenses in the league last season. We've just added to that. We haven't got Reece James having to play tear his hamstring for 90 minutes every single week. We've got a really assured right back in Malo Gusto, who looks amazing. We've got Levi Colwill coming in. I know Thiago Silva will start feeling his back a little bit more this season, but
yeah,
we've got Axel Disasi coming in, who looks great. Lewis Toll will hopefully start getting more minutes.
I saw a thing about Axel Disaster or whatever his name is. His highest top speed was slower than Perma at a second.
I don't care. It's
no
wrong.
Chance.
It's not, because they did that. They did the same thing for Højlund. They said he was slower than Jorginho, and he's just not.
Was it
yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll see. But
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so Man United for 5th and Chelsea 4th.
Okay.
And Liverpool 3rd. I'll go my top 3. I feel like Liverpool have made some very attacking signings, but not many defensive signings.
Yeah, they need to sort the defence out.
Yeah,
that was the main problem. They were scoring goals last season. They were just conceding goals. Yeah,
I still think they do better than us.
Right, 6th. I've got Chelsea. I do think it'll be a lot better, but you're not.
I can't even argue against it.
Like, top 4 is wild.
I think we're between 4th and 7th, in honesty.
I mean, honestly, I think the top 9 in general is wild this season.
Top 9 is so difficult.
Yeah. It used to be so easy to judge the top 6, but it's not that easy anymore.
Maybe 8, actually, if we drop Spurs out with that. 5th, I've got Aston Villa.
5th?
Yeah. I just think they're so good.
Yeah, I've got them quite high as well.
The only thing is, this doesn't make any sense. There's a chance 5th place becomes a Champions League spot next season.
With the coefficient.
If that happens, I don't think Villa will finish 5th. But if it doesn't, I think they will.
What?
What sense does that make?
Because I think there'll be more pressure if they're pushing for a Champions League spot, and they're more likely to drop off towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but
so
everyone said that about us last season, and we did the same, and we made it.
Oh.
Everyone said the same about
us.
Have
you got Chelsea 6th?
I've got Chelsea 6th, yeah.
So that means we'll get Champions League, then if Villa don't.
Yeah.
Get in there.
I just think Chelsea are more likely to get Champions League spot than Villa, but I think if neither of them are competing for Champions League, Villa are more likely to finish above. I think I'm just scarred by when Emery was at Arsenal and he bottled top 4 big time, and we ended up finishing 5th.
That was funny.
He's been unreal for Villa, though.
Oh yeah, he's a good manager. It just didn't work for us. 4th, I've got Liverpool. Similar to what you said, I just think the defense is leaky, and Alisson will save them most of the time, but not enough to get higher up the table. But the attack seems to be clicking a lot more now. I also think having a entire brand new midfield is risky.
Yeah,
they're going to kind of gel.
They haven't really got another at the moment. They haven't got Romeo Lavia yet, and it looks like it's Stephen Bacecic at CDM. Yeah. Maybe swapping him with either Harvey Elliott or Curtis Jones, which doesn't fill me with confidence.
Yeah. Bacecic is a good player, but a bit too inexperienced.
Not for a full season, yeah.
And then third, I've got Man United. I think we'll have another really good season under Ten Hag. I think Onana's going to be crucial for their build-up play. I think Mount's an okay signing for them. And
it depends how Højlund.
No idea whether Højlund's going to be great.
Yeah,
no, me neither.
It's hard to judge.
I feel like he could have a bit of a Nunez season. Where
have you seen his stats? Yeah. They're not that good.
No,
I know, that's just from looking at stats, and it's not always the same as actually watching games. There's obviously a massive difference.
The physical trait to be good.
He's built like Haaland, but he just doesn't have the mentality of Haaland, I don't think.
But then again,
knowing where to be.
You do get some of them big strikers that more just do that, and then the wingers bag goals. But when I saw his stats, I was like, that seems like a lot of money for this kid.
It's Sancho and Anthony though, so.
I think his price was just doubled because his name sounds like Haaland.
Haaland.
That's all it is.
I'm 4 days older than Haaland. That's so depressing.
Buying Haaland off Wish. Nah, but when I saw it, I was like, they've spent that much on this kid, but I think it was 9 goals in 32 games or something like that, and what was it, 60, 70 mil or something to spend on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there's
€70 million or something.
Yeah. I think they spent about €200 million this season, and I just can't wait for there to be more Glazer protests.
Mate, yeah,
because they're not spending money.
That's an entire different debate, mate. An entire different debate. They kick off about it all the time. Yet they're spending so much money on them, so much money. Yeah, that's a different discussion.
Chelsea money. But I love my owner, Daddy Todd.
So 7th, I've got Chelsea. 6th, I've got Villa.
Oof, brushed over that quickly.
6th. What do you mean?
Give us some reasoning.
We've already spoke about Chelsea. Villa was 6th. Because I reckon they'll have a banging season. I reckon they'll do good.
Yeah.
5th.
Actually, on Villa, just before you say that, do you think they win the Europa Conference League?
Who else is in it? Bums.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, West Ham did class when they were in it.
West Ham were, and Emery's just the European guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but then to be fair, you say that, and then you look at West Ham struggled in the league, and when they were doing unreal in the conference, so a similar thing kind of happened to Villa.
I know that's the only thing I slightly worry about with our Villa predictions being so high.
Yeah, but they've got more depth now. They've actually brought in players, so we'll see. We'll see.
I do think they'll do well in Europe.
Yeah, same. They've got a good enough team to do well in Europe, 100%. But yeah, that might affect their league position, to be fair. But I still think they'll be class. I still think they'll do well. I've got Man United in 5th, and I've put us in 4th. I've put Newcastle in 4th.
That's very high.
No, it's not. We're gonna do it again, man. Nah, I'm kidding. To be fair,
do it again with Champions League.
Maybe we're gonna win the Champions League and do it again.
You've only really brought in Tonali and is it Tonali and Barnes you've brought in?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else?
We bought this kid called Minter, but we've loaned him straight back out. But to be fair, it looks class.
Tonali, you got to be there.
Mate,
Tonali hates Newcastle.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Doesn't smile.
Mate, that's from if you look at these pictures of when he signed for Milan, he's just stood there like this.
Yeah, literally. Even when he's on a boat with his girlfriend, he just looks miserable.
He's clearly just not a smiler. He's not a smiler at all. Yeah, to be fair, if we finish 5th or 6th, I'll be happy. But I've got to say we're going to finish 4th, even though I might not fully believe it. But I'd love it. I'd love to get 4th again. I've got Liverpool 3rd, because I reckon Liverpool are going to turn it around this year after their atrocious season last year. I say atrocious, they did pick it up at the end.
Yeah, I have now.
I've got them 5th, but
yeah,
it's kind of for me, that's very...
think that's wild.
Depends how well we do.
They need another centre back because Martinez and Varane isn't going to be. You don't even get 30 games out of that. I don't think because Martinez will get suspended and Varane won't stay fit. So you're gonna have
play centre back.
Yeah, I know, but then who's left back?
Mine's literally just because I don't think they'll do as good as Arsenal and Liverpool and City, and I want us to finish fourth. That's literally the only reason I've got them out of my head.
Yeah, to be fair, that's the same for me with Chelsea.
It's very, very much a biased opinion in the top four for me.
We're meant to be unbiased here, guys.
Well, that's not going to work.
You've got to be a little bit biased towards your team, mate. You'd be bullshit if you weren't.
Have you got one in the league, Kieran? I could put a tenner on it.
Well, second I've got Manchester City.
There it is. I thought we were being unbiased.
I think our squad is now better than Man City's.
Well, yeah, you're the most valuable squad in the world. On paper, it should be.
Valuable doesn't mean best, though.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Thanks to Arteta being the best coach. But
better than Pep.
Yeah, I was joking about that.
I was gonna say.
But
I do like Arteta, though. I do like Arteta.
He is a great manager.
Yeah.
And the progression he's made with youngsters to make them that valuable.
He's one of them ones that, like, as a player, you knew he was going to be a good manager.
Yeah.
Like, you just knew it.
For sure.
From, like...
I thought the same with Fabregas, but it's just never happened.
Mate, true. That's another player you'd look at and think, yeah, to be fair, same with Gerrard and Lampard, you'd think they'd both be class managers, but neither of them have done that good so far.
What do you mean, Lampard's mid?
I tell you who I think will be a fantastic manager, Ilkay Gundogan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think Granit Xhaka might be as well.
I think Matt Ritchie will be a good manager. Yeah. I think Matt Ritchie will be a good manager.
He'll be a great manager.
Oh, bless him, man.
Gilbert Giramana
what happened to him?
Fantastic manager one day.
Fuck me, I can't even say his name. Big Romano was a class player. I don't know what happened to him. He was unreal. Same with
2050 when Miguel Almiron takes over it.
Rolando Aarons as well.
M-I-G.
He was unreal. Aarons was unreal, and then
the audio wasn't clear.
Flash. Mate, that's the same as like that Kennedy kid as well. What was his? I think it was just called Kennedy, who played for Chelsea
Kennedy,
and us. Mate, he was unreal, and then he just lost it.
It might have been for you. He wasn't for us.
That season he had on loan with us was unreal, and then we bought him. I loaned him out again, and that second time he was just not the same at all.
Yeah, Kennedy was a weird one.
Yeah, like hitting
enough about your teams. It's time to talk about my team again.
Go on then.
Yeah, so our signings this summer have been phenomenal. We've signed Declan Rice, which is a massive upgrade in our midfield.
It's a good
overpaid.
Probably, but I just think it. Even though it's an overpayment, I still think it's worth it because he's just the type of player that could win your league.
How many leagues has he won?
Well, he won a European trophy.
How many leagues has he won?
He hasn't won a league yet.
That's funny, man.
He'll win you a league, though, won't he?
He's the type of player who can win you a league. Kai Havertz is a good depth option.
He's the type of player who'll win you a league. He's a bang average depth option. I'll be completely honest with you, lad.
Well, he won you a Champions League.
He did, but
he did.
Tournament.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He literally did. We had a chant about him doing it.
Urian Timber's fantastic signing, play centre back, right back. And for me to be sure I have to play Rob Holden if he ever gets injured.
Thing is, Urian Timber is second choice in both of those positions.
I think he'll possibly push Ben White out of the team.
Oh, I thought you were Ben White's biggest supporter.
Really?
I think
Ben White's
so
underrated. I think he's proper underrated.
He's fantastic, but in terms of, I suppose it depends. I think we'd see Ben White and Zinchenko as a pair, but then if Timber was playing, it probably would be someone like Kivior, so he can form like the three centre backs and then have the technical fullback going.
You've got Tommy Asker as well to come back.
I know.
My third choice. Takehiro Tomiyasu is a fantastic player.
It's nice having squad depth in it. It's a nice change for us to have. Us having depth is just insane. We used to have zero depth at all in front, like for the first time in about 15 years. It feels like we've actually got a bit of squad depth, and it's weird. I love it.
Only in midfield
we need is a right.
Yeah, up top we've got depth as well now.
Yeah, I guess.
You got Joe Linton who can play on the wings. You've got Miggy, Murphy, Barnes now, Gordon, Elliot Anderson can play on the wing. That's like 6 players, and 3 of them can play. Even Joe Willock can play left wing. And
Isak will move out.
Yeah, Isak can play on the left wing or up top. Mate, we've got unreal depth up front. I'd say we'll probably need another centre back for a bit of depth, but and definitely a left back for a bit of depth as well. But other than that, mate, like it's so nice having some squad depth.
I think all we need is a right winger, just so Saka can have a day off for once.
Yeah,
I think he played like every game last season.
We need midfielders,
which would solve that.
Yeah, if you look, same with our defense. Like our defense barely changed the entire season. Yeah. Our defense barely changed the entire season last year.
Yeah, you definitely need depth there.
But to be fair, they only lost 3 games.
True. But if David Raya comes in, that's like the best goalkeeper squad depth in the world.
Wait, you're in for David Raya?
Yeah.
That would be a class set. He's a good keeper. He was class.
Him and Ramsdale battling it out for number 1.
I don't think he'd take Ramsdale off though. I don't think he'd take Ramsdale. I think that would be the one thing.
I don't think he's that much of an improvement. It's the same with us.
I don't think he's an improvement on Ramsdale. I think he's a good keeper, but I think Ramsdale's better. He is one of the best in the league, though. He is one of the best in the league, Raya, 100%. His distribution is unreal.
But I think Raya is miles ahead.
Really?
Miles?
Yeah.
Someone's been on football Twitter.
I don't think Raya's better than Ramsdale. Wait, hold on. Where would you put Ramsdale over Pope and Pickford for England then?
Oh, Ramsdale's clear number 1, obviously.
I don't know if he is.
Yes. He definitely.
Nah.
For Southgate, it's still Pickford.
But yeah, he'll never change his mind on Pickford. Never.
Yeah, that's why he can do.
Ramsdale's better than both Pope and Pickford.
So you reckon Raya's better than Pickford?
I'd have Pope.
Ramsdale and Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not, man. He's not.
No,
I like Raya. He is a class goalkeeper, but Pope's clearly England number 1.
I think he's the 3rd best keeper in the league, behind Alisson and Edison.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. A lot of people forget that we only lost 3 matches last season, and a lot of that was down to Pope. A lot of it. We only lost 3 games that entire season. We had the joint best defense in the entire league.
Clean sheets.
A lot of the losses, 1 loss was down to Pope. And to be fair, any keeper would have done the same if they messed up there. Any keeper would have done the same in that place and just took the red. They would have. It's just instinct, isn't it?
No, you'd have booted it. You wouldn't have gone to try and header it.
No, I mean, if they'd went for the header and made the mistake, they would have grabbed the ball. Like, any keeper would have done it. Even an outfield player, if they were on the floor knowing someone was going to score, you'd just push it away with your hand and take the red. Anyone would. If it
had gone through my head, the next game I was playing was a cup final. I wouldn't have.
It's devastating, isn't it?
I really rate Nick Pope as a keeper, and he's a fantastic shot stopper. But a keeper nowadays has to be more than that, and he's not.
Oh my God, you've read so much on De Zerbi. Jesus Christ.
De Zerbi's elite, that's why.
Loves De Zerbi.
Oh my God.
And the other point in why I genuinely think Arsenal could finish above City is I just think City's squad's been kind of ravaged and they haven't brought that many quality replacements in yet. They might.
I do kind of agree on a bit. They've gotten rid of a lot and not brought that much in.
As we're recording, we've just hit August. Yeah. So, yeah. Is it still 2 months of the thing left? Yeah, they've got time to...
Yeah,
just August.
Oh, is it just August?
Yeah, end of August. End of August, isn't it?
Oh, right. Well, they got a month then.
Gundogan's gone, Morez has gone, Bernardo Silva might be gone.
I keep forgetting Morez is gone. It's a mad loss. Morez is so good.
The right wing option's looking thin if Bernardo goes.
Al-Ali now has got
better than Gundogan.
What's mad is
isn't better than Gundogan, but he's still a very good player.
Yeah, Al-Ali have got Firmino, Maxi and Mahrez as the front three. Like any Premier team would do class with that front three. That's mad,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Absolutely mad. Out of nowhere. It's nuts.
I'll say it with bloody Ronaldo, Anderson Talisca, and Sadio Mane by the looks of it.
Mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
I hate it. I just hate it all.
I'm a bit indifferent to it. It's
because they keep giving Chelsea loads of money for players.
3 players, and one of them was free.
We only sold Maxi for 25 million. What? Mate, we bought Barnes for 40 million, and we've sold Maxi for 25 million. Maxi's worth the same, if not more, than Barnes is.
I think we sold Koulibaly for 15 million, and then Mendy for 15 or 20.
How much did you buy Koulibaly for? It was loads,
30.
wasn't it? Was it only 30?
It wasn't loads.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
I think it was 30 or 40, something like that.
Still,
it wasn't massive. We got quite a good deal on him.
Half a loss. Yeah, that's decent because he was class at the time.
No, it wasn't a good deal.
No, it wasn't a good deal.
Right, let's hear both of you say Arsenal then Man City.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll do the work for Arsenal City.
Arsenal City.
It's just how the world works, isn't it? To be honest, Man City.
Faith in our plucky underdogs.
I don't want to have faith. Plucky underdog. You're the most expensive squad in the world.
Yeah, but we weren't purchased for the most expensive squad in the world.
Should we win this league?
Into the most
expensive. Win this league.
I'd like to see Arsenal win it. I would.
I'd like to see anyone but Arsenal or Brighton win it.
I don't mind Arsenal other than Kieran, so I would like to see Arsenal win it, but I just can't see anyone knocking City off the perch at the minute. They're too good.
I don't want to see another London club or Brighton win. To be honest.
We're taking it then if that's the case. We're top of the league. If that's the case, we'll win it.
I'll happily have that. That's fine by me.
Sorry, Champions League and Prem in the same season, easy.
Newcastle will get a double in the first Champions League season.
Quadruple, mate. We'll just win the lot, mate.
I would actually never do this podcast again.
What if we got the quadruple?
One and done.
Imagine. It's not going to happen. Come on, I'm obviously taking the
No,
piss.
definitely not.
That would be mad.
It would be funny though.
I'd be happy this season. I'd be happy if we got Europe again and had a decent cup run. I'd be happy with the season. Champions League, if we get out a group, buzzing. If we don't, I really don't care. I want to get paired up with a massive team. I want Barca or Real to be in our group and have them at St James's Park, even if they smash with 10-0. I don't care. So
I hope we get Bayern in the knockouts.
Absolutely whitewash you.
Half of us is give us the easiest group ever, and then the other half's nah, I want to see someone class play at St James's Park.
No, if we get beat off Bayern in the knockouts, it's either just nostalgic and I'll enjoy it, or we get revenge. So,
but yeah, mine's the same. Arsenal City. Arsenal City.
Yeah, Arsenal City.
Fair enough.
Standard.